Hey you guys, KilligA6, aka Raven. Welcome to another Maury reaction video. Well guys, I am sorry. It's been a while since I've done a Maury video, but I just can't believe that on this episode right here, we see the same people coming on for the third time in a row. Now guys, the couple on the right, the guy standing up and the girl. Now the guy standing up, his name is Robert. Now Robert came on the show to prove to Stephanie that he wasn't cheating, but Stephanie actually believed that he was because he saw all the text messages from females that he was talking to. And despite the fact that he wasn't getting anything from her emotionally and everything, because he kept accusing him of cheating, he decided to get it elsewhere. But let's talk. I'm going to stop right there and let's talk about the first time they came on the show. The first time they came on the show, Stephanie wanted to prove to her husband Robert that he was the father of his son. But here's the problem. But here's the problem. The guy that's sitting right there, that's Stephanie's brother Edgar. Edgar was on the show to prove to uh, Robert that he is the oh damn it. The proof that he is the father. But here's the funny part. Robert was doing his fatherly duties and also he was taking care of his child. But Edgar was the one who stood in and said his sister was a cheater and that the baby that's not his. Now, believe it or not, guys, that's what Edgar did to his sister. He actually came into the show and told him that she cheated on you and you're not the father, and he wanted him out, which I find a little unusual on the fact that why would a brother just come into somebody's relationship, like a sister, for example, and tell them that he's not right for you, you better leave him. But this is her relationship, and she can do whatever she wants. But Edgar here had to step in. So, within the DNA test, he was proven to be the father, and Edgar was actually thanking Robert for stepping up and being a father to this baby, despite the fact that he kept telling him he was not the father because he called his own sister a whore and everything, and he's a cheater. But she said she never did. But let's stop right there. Let's fast forward to the second appearance on the show. They came back on the show again because now Robert was denying that he was the father of her new child, a daughter. And Robert was convinced that he is the father, but he believed that Stephanie was cheating on him. And guess who was there? It was Robert's own mother, and also, guess who's back again? Edgar again. And Edgar was yelling at Robert for denying his niece. And I find that a little unusual. Like, why would you be back again for the second time defending your sister? And yet he switched it. The first time he called his sister a whore and she's a cheater and everything. And now the second time he actually came back and now was siding with her, which I find a little unusual. Like, why? How can you side your sister like that? Choose different sides with your sister, and that's wrong. But first, they did a lie detector test to prove that Stephanie has not cheated on him, but she admitted that she has slept with somebody else around the time she got pregnant. And she also failed the second question, but she still was adamant that the baby was his. But the DNA test proved that her daughter was actually Robert's. But of course, again, everyone had her brother and had to stick his nose into people's business and just can't let it go. Now, guys, if you guys are wondering why they're back, this was a lie detector episode. These guys came on the show because she found text messages from women from Robert. And guess who sided with her again? Edgar. I find it a little unusual on why. I know blood's thicker than water, obviously, but Edgar has to stay out of his sister's business. But here's the twist. Robert actually made a shocking confession on the point that when the test was going, he said, if I pass this test, I'm still gonna leave and I'm gone. And she actually was saying yeah. But the funny thing was they were arguing that he was not getting love from her, and then she said she begged him to give him love and everything, but it's kind of, and they just kept arguing back and forth, and of course Edgar was in the way again, which, I mean, this guy is in somebody else's business. He should get his own family and leave them alone and leave his sister alone. It's funny how he called his sister a whore that he was cheating on the first time, and then the second time he switched it, and now he was siding with her, which that's stupid. But all the questions. Did Robert sleep with the women that he sent text messages to? He said no. He was telling the truth. Did he have sexual contact with any of the of his close friends? He said no. He told the truth. Did you have sex with anyone other than Stephanie during your relationship with her? You said no. He told the truth. He passed every single questions, and yet Stephanie and Edgar were still saying that it was wrong for him to do that, and he should leave him. And Stephanie's actually agreed that I'm just gonna leave and take my kids and leave because you're a cheater. And Maury just looked at her and said, "Wait a minute, Stephanie. He passed every single question. You don't sound like somebody who wanted to be with him anyway." And she says, "I do want to be with him." But he said, "Well, you keep accusing me." And of course, the brother has to step in, as he has to have his say for his sister's behalf. But I find that stupid because this is her relationship. You need to stay out of it. I mean, if the shoe was on the other foot, I think you would. I think it would be funny if we seen Edgar come on the show, try to denying a baby, and I'm sure Stephanie would call him a deadbeat dad and everything. I think in the future we will see that someday. So I have a feeling we might have to keep an eye on these guys because with siblings like that, who needs enemies? So backstage, Stephanie was still arguing with Robert, suggesting that he still cheated, but he said, "I passed the test. I passed the test. What the hell's the matter with you? I didn't do nothing." And of course, the brother had to step in and said, "Come on, let's go." He's not going to change. He says, "Go ahead. Go with your family. I'm done with you. Bye." And that was it. You know my opinion on this? I think the problem of everything is Edgar. Edgar has to stick his nose in people's business every single time that these two have an argument. Well, here's the thing. Here's a little something that when you watch the Maury show as much as I do, you gotta learn something. Never tell your family about what your boyfriend or girlfriend is doing because you're painting a picture of what this guy really is. And like I said before, on the first episode, he was taking care of her child, but Edgar had to step in and said that my sister's a whore and she cheated with other men, and when the test proved that he's not the father, he should get out of her life. I like it's every time we see an episode, he has to be there. And he said he's defending his family. Well, you can't defend your family. You can't keep being there defending your family every time. They have to live their lives. And Edgar, I'm sorry, you gotta butt out. It's kind of stupid that you're doing this. You switched off on your sister, called her a whore and everything, and said the baby wasn't his, and lo and behold, he was. And then you came back, and then you're arguing with him, and then you later find out that your sister did cheat, and you're still argued with him. And I don't get it. Edgar, you just found out your sister cheated on this man, and you argued with him on the first time and said that my sister's a whore, she cheated, and that looked like that just blew over. I think we just found out, but when I watched that episode, you kind of find out on the first thing he said, when the test proves he's not the father, I want Robert to stay out of her life. I think this guy doesn't even like Robert at all. You could easily tell. If you see the first episode, he did not like him at all. He really was hoping he was not the father. But he said he's doing this on his niece and nephew's behalf. But yeah, you may be the uncle, but they're the mom and dad. You gotta let them raise their kids, and you can't keep butting into people's business. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a fan watching the show, and I give my opinions out on this, and I think the problem with everything is Edgar. And of course, Stephanie has to blame him for also accused him of cheating, but she just found out that he's not cheating, and yet she's still unhappy. You know why? I think I know why. Like I told you guys before, if you watch the second appearance from them, she admitted that she had cheated. I think what made her really upset is that he did not. He wasn't just like wasn't like her. He wasn't stooping to her level by cheating on her. So I think what really pissed her off. Sorry for my language. What really got her angry is that she was the one cheating the whole time, and then when she accused him, she thought he was gonna be like, you know, I cheated, you cheated, we'll work it out. Nope, he did not cheat. He passed with flying colors. I think that's what really pissed her off, or maybe why she's angry, because he wasn't a cheater, she was. But hey, what can I say? I mean, it's just that. I just watched I watched this episode today, but if you guys can watch that, if you watch the new one, you can easily tell that every time when these two have an argument, the brother has to be there. It's like what you don't have your own life to live. You have to meddle with somebody else's lives. He may be your sister, but you gotta let her go. I mean, I talk to my brothers a lot. I don't treat them the way you do. And also I defend them, but you defend them too much. It feels like you're trying to be more than a brother. You're trying to be like a guardian of everybody. You can't be that way. But hey, what do I know? But anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reaction gameplay. Drop some likes if you enjoyed this. That's all I have to say. If you guys want to find them, it's Robert, Stephanie, and Edgar. And if you guys will be able to find the videos on YouTube, which you can, just find these two people right there, and also him, also the guy Edgar, which I think he's the cause of everything. Well, you guys will know exactly what's going on with this couple here, and this was like a weird drama. But I have a feeling that these guys are still going to be together. But I think the only problem is if they ever come into contact and have problems, let's hope Edgar is not going to be in that problem again. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget, like I always say, stay positive. And this is a messed up couple here, guys.